So today I want to talk about action figure lines, toy lines being canceled, and why we never find out about this. I mean, cancellation is a huge part of our culture, right? I mean, lots of things can be canceled. Reservations can be canceled, planes can be canceled, even celebrities can be canceled these days. So in this cancel-rific pro-canceling culture of ours, why is it that we never hear about a toy line being canceled? I mean, toy lines end all the time, but there's never any official announcement, the way there is with other media or other products. Now, I've made quite a few videos on this channel about toy lines being canceled, and they tend not to really get analyzed or, over reviewed that much because, well, this happens all the time. Toy lines end. Recently, though, I did make a video about the end of a toy line I particularly love, or at least a brand, Masters of the Universe, and this has caused a huge amount of sensation, as if I'd never made a video about a toy line being canceled before, hence previous clips there. So, yes, when a toy line ends, there's not a big announcement. And a lot of people have been asking in my comment section, well, they obviously announce the end of movies or, when funding gets pulled or when a TV show, of course, goes off the air. That is actually kind of the definition of something being canceled. And for years, sci-fi, toy geek fans have made it their quest to bring back canceled things. It's kind of in our DNA that you can't take something away from us that we love. I mean, we've been successful, right? Enterprise went away and was able to come back thanks to fans writing letters and, storming Paramount or whatever they did. Now, with toys, it's a little different. We don't exactly have the power that you might have with something like movies or TV. It's kind of like what Jennifer Connelly said, "You have no power over me." And that's because with retail, all of the power is with retailers. Well, actually, it's with the consumer as far as what we choose to buy. But retailers make the decisions sort of above and beyond that based on their sales. And if a product line isn't selling, well, they're obviously not going to want to carry it, regardless of how much product's been developed. There are certain areas of stores that have lower requirements for sales. I've talked about this in quite a few videos, such as the collector wall in the back. This is all done through something called sales velocity. You can Google it. I'm sure there's plenty of videos about it. It's essentially the calculation of how fast things sell. Now, as far as making an announcement then when things aren't selling and when things are canceled, why don't toy companies do this? Well, basically, they don't want you to stop buying. Just because a toy line is canceled, it doesn't mean the toys are no longer available. Usually, there is what's called a sell-off period, meaning the time between production ending, a license ending, a retailer delisting a brand, and it actually stopping ship. A common sell-off period is when a license switches between two companies, and usually the previous company is given a amount of time to sell off existing product. The other type of sell-off period is when a toy goes on clearance or is delisted from retail. There is a period of time where the toy is still available on shelf, even though officially it's been canceled or clearanced or stopped ordering. Now, obviously, when product goes on clearance, there is a big issue of it hurting the brand, hurting the core essence of the brand. No IP owner, whether it's a homegrown property, wants toys or even play to be canceled. Because when things are on clearance, when product line is canceled, play is such a joyful emotion. And that's why toy companies kind of come up with common phrases to use, sort of those wishy-washy words, what I call weasel words. Something I learned in my first ad agency right after college. My mentor, my boss, talked about this all the time. Now, what is a weasel word? You'll see this all the time, especially in toy company press releases. Just go grab any one from any company. Usually they'll say something about a toy line being canceled as, we're just shifting plans. We're going to refocus how we produce this toy line or produce this brand, or what's very common for a company like Mattel, and you'll see this, the phrase is, we're going to refocus on our core brands, Fisher-Price, Barbie, and Hot Wheels. Yeah, you get a bingo every time you read that in a press release. The other thing companies say is they're just going to let a brand rest. We're going to let it rest for a little while. Why would you let a good brand rest? The reason they don't say canceled is because toy lines, because they're related to play and joy and etc., once you announce something is canceled, it's like dominoes. Everything then collapses. Customers lose faith in a brand or a product line. It's like putting the, toothpaste back in the tube. You can't do that, which is why toys don't get a cancellation notice, unlike other things such as celebrities or movies or TV shows or even books. So toy lines just kind of drift off and get paired with a very weasel-wordy press release. I hope this kind of explained why we don't ever get official announcements that toy lines are canceled. It's because they're treated a little bit different. But between weasel words and press releases, you're bound to find out eventually. And hey, if you want to know if a toy line is canceled or not, just go look on the shelf and see if you could find it. The best way to support this channel is always to share videos and, comment and like, subscribe, all that usual stuff. And I always appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.